Hi, very good morning to you, everyone. This is Makwana, and remember, I am doing this Leadership 2020. This is the right moment to do it. And yesterday, I talked about something very, very, very important. I talked about building a routine during a time of crisis. I expressed that once you have an empowering routine, that enables you to keep your mind engaged, that enables you to be mindful of things around you, that enables you to keep on moving forward. It takes away, that dreadfulness, it takes away that depression, it takes away that stress. So you are constantly in motion, in rebuilding. You are constantly in motion and rebuilding. So that is why yesterday I started with the issue of building a routine, that once you engage in action, once you engage in consistent action, consistent planned action, you are able to create amazing results. You are not waiting for things to clear up. You're not waiting for the weather to clear up. You're not waiting for crisis to pass, and then you can just start getting back to business. So I realized that many successful people, they are able to continue to be successful because of that commitment to keep engaged and to keep focused in getting things done. They are aware that trouble will always be there. They are aware that problems will always be there. They are aware that nothing is a given. They understand that things keep on shifting. So they are mindful that even though they go through problems, even though they go through issues, even though they go through hurdles in life, they are aware that this too shall pass. And therefore, complementing what I said yesterday about building a routine, now successful people understand that issues will pass, problems will pass. So they are consistently showing up with massive action. They are showing up with the commitment to keep on doing. So it builds momentum. Back in Europe, when I was studying in Finland, there was a game we used to play called snowball. So what we will do is we will go up the hill during the snow, and the snow will be going as far as on our feet, like on our knee level, and we'll go up the hill. So we'll take a small snow, we'll make a small ball, and we will roll it up and throw it up down the hill. That small snowball will keep on rolling down the hill, and as it keeps rolling down, what happens? It keeps on building bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you cannot stop it anymore, until it is bigger than even you. So now, consistent action builds momentum. People who are successful continue to be successful because of that consistency. People who are successful continue to deliver amazing results because of that consistency. I see you, Opelundwa. Thank you so much for joining in. So when you keep doing what you are doing, you are building a routine. You are building a habit. So you continuously become what you continuously do. You continuously become what you continuously do. So they are the on and off people. They can only deliver exceptional results when people are watching. They are on and off employees. They can only go an extra mile when the boss is around. They are on and off parents. They can only give their kids, the smile and the playing when the money is good at the work, when the business is doing well. When the business is not doing well, they can't show up for their kids. So now, what we do with success is the ability to be able to say, I am going to show up every single day with consistent action so that I build the habit that I need. I see you, Mayor Mogets. Thank you so much for joining in. So they are consistently showing up with the commitment to be who they want to be. So through their actions, they are deliberately showing up every single day. So that's what I was talking about yesterday. I was making a recap for yesterday that I talked about building an empowering routine. And some people say, okay, no, maybe you didn't express it further. So here's the thing. What you are doing today is going to build momentum. It takes only 21 days to build a new habit. So what you are constantly going to be doing, let's say you were used to waking up at 5 a.m. And during this crisis, you are now waking up at 8 a.m. So what is going to happen in the next 21 days is you are reprogramming yourself to the 7 a.m. or the 8 a.m. Mindset. So when time comes now that you have to go back to work, you are going to feel like, our president should extend this lockdown. Why? Because now you are locked into a new habit which you don't like. So life and success is about continuously building momentum and building the habits that which you want. And therefore, every single day is a battlefield. I like what my mentor said. He said, son, life is a battle for territory. Life is a battle for territory. If you stop fighting for what you don't want will keep showing up and taking over. If the village stops growing, the bush will take the village. Life is a battle for territory. If you stop showing up and fighting for what you want, what you don't want will take over. So I am mindful of that when we don't show up every single day with what we want to build, what we don't want will take over. If we don't show up with love, with caring, with unity, with peace, what we don't want, which is hatred, fighting, conflict, will take over. So I am mindful as a leader that if I don't share knowledge of building people right now, the knowledge of disbuilding or destroying people will be taking over. So at your corner, every single day, you are fighting for what you believe in. You are constantly building for what you believe in. So every single day, you are fighting. You are fighting for what you believe in. That is why that was the topic for yesterday on building an empowering routine. So today I just want to talk to you about something very important, where I am talking about shifting your focus. This is the right time to shift your focus. Let me share a Bible verse. 2 Kings chapter 4. The lady is showing up before the man of God, Elijah. She is saying, Elijah, my husband is dead. You know my husband was a committed man of God. He is now dead. And now because he had some debts, now the creditor is coming to take my sons to be his what? His servants. So the law in that society was that if you owe someone, if you can't pay them back, you are going to give them your sons, so that your sons can be their slave. So the woman is showing up before Elijah and she's saying, Elijah, my husband is dead. He left us with some debts. And now the creditors are coming to take our sons, so that our sons can be his what? Slaves. Now, listen to this. Listen to the shift of focus. Now, the lady is expecting something different from who? From Elijah. She is asking for help, but her mindset and her focus is that Elijah will do something. Elijah would do something for her instead of her doing something to get through this. Now, Elijah is asking a very important question, which shifts everything. Elijah asks her, what do you have in your house? And the lady continues to say, we have nothing but a jar of oil. And Elijah says to her, go to your neighbors and ask for so many empty jars, so that you can come back and take that one jar which is filled with oil and do what? And pour it in those jars. The lady goes, she borrows as many jars as she can. She takes her oil, she pours it into all those jars, and she was able to sell and pay back the person who they owed. What happened? It was a shift. That during crisis, you might think that the solution that you are looking for is in the outside. During this time of crisis, you may start thinking that the things that can help you are on the outside. But when you shift, you realize that you have the solution within you. You have the solution right where you are. I like what Elisha said. Elisha said, borrow as many what? As many empty jars. Now, the lady on her focus was, okay, I'm going to be given something. But actually, that was the process of her being able to deliver something on her own. So, successful people, they are able to maintain a positive focus in the midst of everything. Successful people are able to maintain a positive focus in the midst of everything. They are aware that these too shall pass. They are aware that there is no other solution than inside of themselves. So when trouble hits, they are able to look on the good side of it. Every single day as human beings, including today, right this moment as I'm saying these words, you have two options. To see the good side of what I'm saying or the bad side of what I'm saying. And our breakthroughs is nothing but our ability to make the right shifts on our focus when we are faced with anything. Our breakthrough in our lives, in our businesses, in our organization is nothing but the ability to make the right shifts when we are pressed from all sides. I was watching a series which I love so much. Yesterday after the session, the morning session, I watched a series on Netflix, my favorite one, Money Heist. And there's the guy who is the leading actor. He's called the Professor. So what they were doing is the police were fighting against his crew. They were breaking into the bank and stealing money. And he said something that really touched me. He said, during crisis, or when you are trying to put out fire, and the fire is becoming stronger and stronger and stronger, he asked the question, he said, what do you do? And one of his students said, you focus on putting out the fire. And that's the truth. Many people, during trouble, instead of focusing on what they are able to do, they focus on what they are not able to do. And therefore, they are not consumed by the fire. They are consumed by the lack of the ability to shift. To say, I am not in control of this. Let me take out a few items that I need and run out of this building. So many people are burning through the burning fire because they are not able to make a shift to move from, I can solve this, to understand that they are not in control. There's a statement I love so much. He said, giving me, Lord, the ability to change what I can change. And to what? To let go of that I cannot change. And the wisdom to know the difference. So many people are not able to make shifts of the focus because they are not aware of what they are able to do, what? To control, and what they are not able to control. So every single day today, shift your focus from focusing on the things you know you don't have control over to focusing on what you have control over. As you do that, you are going to use your energy on the things you can control. And as you keep building momentum on doing the things you can control, you realize, oh my God, I am actually in control. As you keep doing and focusing on the things you can control, you are going to build momentum, the joy and the faith and the courage. As you see that you are killing one thing after the other, you are ticking off one to-do list after the other. As you keep on doing that, you realize that you are in control. Most people, they give up when they face the brick wall. Some people don't give up when they face the brick wall, because when they see the brick wall, they are able to go around it and go to face the next hurdle. So every single day, you are fighting for your territory. You are fighting for your breakthrough. You are fighting for your family. You are fighting for your relationship. You are fighting for your business. You are fighting for your job. Every single day is a fight. Everyone is going through that. And those who are winning are not those who are cared for, are not those who are, favored, but are those who are able to shift their focus and say, this battle is not mine. I'm leaving this battle to someone else. I am going to focus on what I'm able to do. As we do that, as we focus on everything that we can do, then we are able to do all that we can do. The gentleman said something very important. He said, if we can do all we can do, we can get all the results that we need. And most of us, we know for sure today that we haven't done all that we can do. We have looked at many crises and we said, because of this crisis, I am not going to be able to make a breakthrough. Because of these issues, I'm not going to be able to make a breakthrough. And we have given away our power. We started complaining, we started blaming, we started finger pointing, and that is what we are good at. But we know that we can do much better than that as we focus on what we can control, as we focus on what we have power over. So today, going forward, write a list. During this crisis, yes, write a list of the things you know that we can do, that we can focus on, that when this crisis passes, you are going to be different than where you are today. There's a statement that I like to share when I'm doing some coaching sessions. I do employee development coaching sessions, I do organizational coaching sessions, and I normally say this to employees. Newton's third law of motion, a physics law of motion, he says, a body at rest will remain at rest until an external factor causes it to behave somehow. An object in motion will continue to be in motion until an external factor causes it to behave somehow. And then he shared something very important. Now, when I disintegrate that and to take lessons from that, I normally say this: a person in an abusive relationship will continue to be in an abusive relationship until they decide to move out of an abusive relationship. A person who is failing in their marriage will continue to fail in their marriage until they decide to do something different. A person who is earning 200 pula will continue to earn 200 pula until they decide to create more value and they raise their salary. That is, we will continue to be what we are until we make a shift. And today, it's about a shift of focus. What are you focusing on? What is that thing that has brought you to where you are today? Because the truth of the matter, you should know, and you know by now, that you are where you are because of who you are. And therefore, it's nothing else. What you have become has put you to where you are today. And today, you can start to experience things in another level by changing what you do every single day. You are where you are because of who you are. And therefore, you can change where you are by changing who you are. And that is the power you have. So you are shifting from what you want to what you are becoming. You have to make that shift of focus from, oh, I'm not getting beautiful results, to shifting it to becoming a person of beautiful results, and shifting to become a person of the mindset which can accumulate beautiful results. Successful people, they don't achieve beautiful results through trial and error or through magic or through wishful thinking. They attain that through consistent building momentum and habits. And that's a shift we have to make. That at the end of this crisis, what new habits am I going to build? At the end of this crisis, what new relationships, new empowering relationships I'm going to build? At the end of this crisis, what solution am I going to provide at my workplace? What solution am I going to provide at my organization? What solution am I going to provide in my family? Before the end of this crisis, what new things do I want to introduce as the vision of my family? Most people don't have family visions. They just have personal visions, and they don't have family visions. They don't know at the end of this crisis, what is our family going to do? So this is a shift from the problem. The problem will be there you don't have control over, but you have control over yourself. The problem will always be there, and it may intensify. We pray that it does not, but we are not sure what is going to happen. So you are sure that there are things that you can do. So you have to make that shift from the problem to yourself, from the problem to your family, from the problem to your vision, from the problem. That is a shift that you have to make. You can list them from the problem to your relationship. Some of you, now, you are trying to deal with the corona while you are not able to deal with your relationship. You are not able to deal with your lack of communication in your relationship. So this is the moment where you can say, I will try to communicate better in my relationship. Some of you are trying to deal with corona. You cannot deal with it. But you are not able to deal with keeping to what you said you are going to do. Keeping to your own commitments. This is the time where you should be learning how to keep to your own commitments. When you say to your kid, I am going to do this, and keeping to that. So it's not the problem that's going to consume us. It's problems. Because some of those problems are that we are the problem ourselves. Say, I am the problem. So when you are not aware, which is very key, self-awareness, when you are not aware that you are the problem, you will keep blaming Corona for your relationship. You will keep blaming Corona for your lack of productivity at work. You will keep blaming Corona for your lack of raising your kids well. You will keep blaming Corona for your lack of commitment to what you said you are going to do. So in order to make a breakthrough, people who blame, they will keep blaming until they die. People who are shifting, they will keep shifting until they die. I want you today to commit to say, I am going to make a commitment, Mr. Makwana, to shift from the blaming, to shift from the problem, and to focus on what I can control. And as you do that, everything else around you will change. The gentleman asked the question. He went to his rabbi, which means teacher, which means mentor. He said, everything else I don't have control. The government is not changing. The weather is not changing. My kids don't listen to me. At work, they don't promote me. There. You can list the problems. Then the teacher said, oh, okay, but what is the problem? He said, there are so many problems. He has written all the problems down. This is Jim Rohn. He shows it's the weather, it's the president, it's the government, it's corona, it's swine flu, it's HIV and AIDS, it's cancer. There are so many problems. That's what I've written in my first book, Embrace Your Greatness. The first chapter is talking about that. Control what you can control. So there are so many problems. Now, then the teacher said, but you have not written one problem there. He said, which one? The wars? He said, no. Yourself. You are the problem. You are the window through which you see the world. If you see the world as a bad place, which is not peaceful, which is not safe for you, that's what you are going to get. If you focus on the world as a loving, peaceful, embracing environment, that is what you are going to get. And therefore, we are not getting what is in the outside. We are getting what is the inside of us. He who believes he can and he who believes he cannot, they are both right. If you believe that this world is about killing people, destroying people, oh, we cannot control everything. Everything is outside of our control. All things are getting out of hand. We cannot be able to deal with issues. That is what you are going to get. Our reality is nothing that is created on the outside. Our reality is created in the inside of us. I've written about this. You should read my book, the first book, Embrace Your Greatness. And I talked about the topic, the battle within. I said so many battles we are dealing with are not the battles on the outside. Now, as we shift from fighting the outside, from fighting our spouses, from fighting our kids, from fighting our colleagues, and go in the inside and fight ourselves. Because deep inside of us are the problems that we are dealing with. And when we are not able to solve internal problems, we end up exposing them to the external world. We end up thinking that people are not loyal. People are fighting us. People are bewitching me. No one wants me to be promoted. No one wants to help me. But it's not no one. It's you in the inside. You have decided that. And this time is the best moment to do a reflection and say, I am the window through which I see the world. And therefore, if my window is dirty, I am going to look outside and think that everything is dirty. Oh my God. That's a powerful one. You should say it. So you are the window through which you see the world. And if your window is dirty, it's filled with pegs. When you look through that window, you are going to see pegs and say, oh, this world is full of pegs. This world is full of jealousy. This world is full of wars. This world is full of that, because that is what you have in the inside of you. I normally do this when I teach my students at the Empowered Second Leadership Academy. I'm teaching 15 students for 3 months, and we are working on personal leadership. And I say to them, when you fill a jar filled with orange juice, when you are working towards someone to give them a jar, when it falls and slips out of your hand and breaks down, what is going to spill out of that jar? Is it water? Is it Fanta orange? Is it Coke? Is it anything? The thing that is going to go out of that jar is the thing that was put in that jar. And that means when we are pressed by adversity right now, what is going to come outside of us is what is in the inside of us. My question is this: what is in the inside of you right now? What have you cultivated in the inside of you? What have you cultivated that right now you are showing up with? What is this that during this time of crisis you are going to put forth? Are you blaming, complaining, finger pointing, blaming the government? That means that is the orange juice in the glass. There's nothing more. And then on the other side, there are those people during the time of trouble. They are showing up with encouragement. They are showing up with faith. They are showing up to start businesses. They are showing up to create solutions. That is what they have cultivated in the inside of them. So it's nothing in the outside that have an issue. It's your inside. As you go into the inside of you and say, I am making a shift of focus from focusing on what I cannot control to focusing on myself. Focus in the inside of yourself and say, what can I offer? This is the right time. These are the best moments to be alive. And only people who are doing the battle the way they can fight them, they do what? They are focused on creating results. So the question, yes, Tabiso, the question is, what is it that is in the inside of me that now you can offer? Here's the question. When you are given a platform right now to share what is this that you want to share, what are you going to say? When I started my career of speaking and coaching, I looked around and I told my mentor to say, there are so many people who are greater than me, who are doing so well. I didn't even have a book. By that time, I was still only doing the radio segment called Empowering Your Vision every Tuesday on 5:30 a.m. You should listen to it on the Radio Botswana 2. And I was telling him that, there are great people out there who are doing this better than I can do. What can I do? He said, the problem is you are focusing on the outside. You are not focusing on the inside. And if you focus on the outside, you are going to see so many things you are not in control. And therefore, you are going to think you are not in control. If you focus on the inside, you are going to see so many things you are in control of. You are in control of making up your bed in the morning. You are in control of making your kid to smile. You are in control of showing up today with encouragement. You are in control to decide what you are going to eat. I am in control of deciding the car that I want. I am in control of deciding the words that I want to share every day. I am in control to saying, during this crisis, I'm going to be sharing empowerment knowledge. I am in control. And when I see that I am in control, everything else shifts. Now I start doing amazing things like that lady without even recognizing that I only have one jar of oil. I go around borrowing more so that I can take that one jar of oil and pour so many oil in so many bottles. Why? Now I activate my faith. I activate my courage when I start acting on what I am capable of doing. Build momentum by focusing on what you can control. As you keep doing what you can control, sooner or later you are able to solve what you cannot control. Because now you are courageous. You show up every single day. You say, I have done 10 things. I can do more. I have done 20 things. I can do more. I'm not just saying this. Remember in the Bible what Goliath said. He said he has killed what? The lion with bare feet, with bare hands. He has fought, the things in the wilderness. While he was facing Goliath, he knew that he is in control. He was able to chase away fox and jackals when he was taking care of his sheep. So the activities he was doing, they were preparing him for bigger battles. So what are you doing today that is in your control that can prepare you for bigger battles? You must be learning. You must be understanding how things work. You must be acquiring knowledge. You must be acquiring wealth. You must be acquiring relationships, empowering relationships which can help you in times of trouble. That is in your control. And when something big comes, you said, I have acquired knowledge. I have acquired the relationship. I have empowered the relationship. I have acquired wealth. And this corona will pass and will not harm my family. Now, you are having faith proclamation because you have been in control of your life. People today, they're not killed by corona, but they're killed by not knowing that they are not in control. And the knowing of not being in control makes them panic. And panic creates fear. And fear kills everything. So it's a cycle of influence. It's a cycle of influence. You keep on building one fear after one fear after one fear. What are you building today in the inside of you? So today, make a personal shift to move from what you cannot control to what you can control. You are in control. Shift from the disease and focus on your personal diseases, your communication, your loyalty, your commitment, your hard work, your work ethic, how you wash dishes, how you leave dishes lying everywhere, how you clean your house, how you take care of your kids, how you make them exercise during this time. You're waking up and making a commitment to listen to knowledge like this. That is you taking control. As you take control on small things, sooner or later you are able to take control on bigger things. As you take control on small things, sooner or later you are able to take control on bigger things. Small things, great distances. So make a commitment every day that you are going to take control. So make a move today of faith and believing that things can change. They too can change if you change yourself. For things to change, you have to change. Those are the words of Jim Rohn. This is Makwana. And remember, copies of my books are available. The Birth of Greatness, that's my first book. And then my second book is Embrace Your Greatness. I have a personal leadership academy where I host for 3 individuals. We do live sessions like this. Corona has brought us to be more innovative and creative. So we do live sessions as this. We talk about very important topics. In these 3 months, from January to March, I've been hosting the sessions, and some people have been able to create businesses which are operating. Some have written books, some have started personal brands, some have improved at their work ethic, at their jobs through this academy. So you must make a shift to say, Mr. Makwana, I am committing to learn. I am committing to develop myself because I'm aware that when I am better, everything around me can get better. I am the window through which I see the world. If my window is dirty, then I will see the world as dirty. So I'm committing to making a shift to clean my window, to learn, to acquire knowledge, and to hang around people who are growing so that I can grow as well. This is a year of growth. I still proclaim it, and I still say faith confession that this is a year of growth. 2020 growth. One more favor, please remember to share. Remember to share this live feeds so that those who couldn't listen to it, they are able to listen to it. They can make those take bold steps of faith towards building whatever they want to build in this time of crisis. Through this crisis, I've completed my 5th book. I know you only know 2 of my books. My 3rd book is called A Year of Growth, which is a book for this year. And my 4th book is called Education Today, which is for educators and for learners on how they can create leadership skills in themselves. And then my 5th book is What Amazing Employees Do. So these are for people who are working. These are for people who want to become amazing employees. It's called What Amazing Employees Do. So you must be in a ready position as we go from this corona thing, that you are going to place your orders and see you at the launch. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. Make sure you take care of yourself. Remember, you are in control of yourself. If you take control of yourself, everything else will take control of itself. You can't control what you cannot control. Control the controllables. Those are my first chapter in my book, Embrace Your Greatness. Control the controllables. Focus on what you're able to control. And as you do that, everything else around you will change. Please share what you've learned on the comment box below. What you've learned today. I see many people say make a shift from what we cannot control to what we can control. Yes, and I can see, let me read some comments before I go. If you have any questions, you can. I see Nana NKGR. She say thank you. Thank you so much also. I thank you for tuning in. This is your word. Kahora Mapani says so true. Yes. And then Obelunto said, show up with consistency every time. Show up with consistency every time. Don't be the on and off person, showing up when only people are watching. This is the right moment. Indoors, do the best. When we come out, the things that we see, that people are celebrated in magazines, in Forbes, everywhere, they've been doing them indoors. They worked indoors, and what you are seeing outside is a reflection of what they were doing in the indoor. And just like that, when we shift from focusing on the outside, our outside successes is a true reflection of our inside world. Build something peaceful in you today so that tomorrow you can show up with courage, love, and breakthroughs. Guys, thank you so much. I can talk the whole day. Enjoy your day. I see Ohabile, Christy, thank you, Mr. Makwana, and Mudambeli Vikolapa, thank you so much, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's use our faith to build. This is the right moment to build. We are born for times like this, and we are not going to wait for them to pass. We are going to pass through them. We are going to go through them. Tomorrow I'll be talking about another topic. Remember, this is the 28-day leadership summit. Every single morning, if you are capable to do that, make sure to watch. Make sure to come and join us and learn, and then you can build on your day. I'm not even going anywhere. I'm just putting my suit and my shirt to show up for you with respect and dignity. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your day.